Welcome to the Blazes. I'm here with Tiger Neyland, Nelli Anderson, special guest Josh Lee Simpson.
Yes, sir.
Who's going to be talking to us about Western soft blues, slightly psychedelic rock.
Yes, sir.
And immediately following that, we're going to talk about his song, The Man with No Name.
An original. Written,
Yes.
You wrote the lyrics and the music, right?
I did.
Wow.
All right, stay tuned. All right. We're going to start like we did last episode, and we're going to go around and say, what's your favorite song right now? And we're going to start with Nelli.
All right. So, I don't actually know how to say the name of the artist. Do either of y'all know?
That means they're
Tiger
good
and Josh
artists.
Of
both
what?
know this song.
Which song?
Cherry Blossom.
Oh,
Cherry Blossom. Let me look right
And
now.
I'm not
the
the
artist's
linguist.
name is spelled Raury.
Oh, Rory.
Is it Rory or Rowry?
It's Rory.
Or Rory.
It's Rory.
I'm pretty sure it's not Rory.
It's Rory.
Tiger knows.
Whenever I like an artist, I look them up. People pronounce their names.
It's
He pronounces
Rory.
his own
Okay, I
name.
trust you then. It's
As
Rory.
Rory, yeah.
Cherry Blossom by Rory. It's a good, like, chill, happy jam, happy sad jam for the car rides or something. I don't know.
That dude
It's
has
good.
an interesting story.
It's a unique song.
It's unique. It's special.
Josh, what about you?
Yes. One of my favorite songs right now is on my playlist that we'll talk about later, called "White Gloves." Tiger knows about this.
Yes. It's actually
Very
very good
smooth
song.
song.
Who's it by?
It is by
actually
also a
don't
similar
know, yeah.
problem that Nelly's having. It's okay. So basically, It's-
Oh.
Is it another language?
I don't know. It's KHRUANGBIN. So like Kruangbin? Kruangbin?
It's
How do
so
you, I don't
weird.
know. It's really awkward to say.
Khruangbin. That sounds right.
Krongbin. Krongbin? Krongbin.
White Gloves by Khruangbin. All
Yes.
right.
Crane- what if it's
It's
Krangbin?
super smooth.
Crane bean.
Then why do they stick the U in there for no reason?
If it's a
Right.
different language, there's just different pronunciation rules.
Yes. It's a good song. I highly recommend
Okay. Cool.
Tiger, what about you?
I really don't completely know. So I'm just gonna say a song that I just think is interesting to give people something fresh. It's Gary Saw Linda Last Night
Spicy.
by Gary Wilson.
Spicy.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh,
Gary
he saw
himself.
Yeah, Gary really
He's talking
did.
about himself in the third person.
Yeah, he is.
That's
And it's not a chill song. It's not laid back.
Is it a
And
banger?
it's not
Is it-
smooth.
I am accidentally playing a song. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I think
Is it
So
explicit?
you recommend it? You think we should all go listen to it?
I don't know if you should all go listen to it. I think you should listen to it at least once.
Once? Only once?
So we should all go listen to it once.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird song. It's cool.
Okay.
He's an interesting artist.
Harrison?
Mine is got to be the new Tristam song, Children in the Dark.
All right.
It's not EDM really. The new stuff that he's made the last couple months has not really been EDM. So if you don't like EDM, you might still like this one.
We definitely need to do an episode about EDM though,
Yes, it will happen.
because
at
I
some
don't
point.
I just don't like.
I know.
Not as in like I don't understand, but like I just don't understand it.
If Tristam releases a
I don't know.
I'm not allowed to say the 5-letter A word, but if he releases his redacted,
The fuck?
then y'all can say
Adams
no,
What?
no. What is a record?
Apple
A record.
album.
Yeah. But if you say it, then it gets delayed. That's the joke.
Oh. Did I just delay it then?
Oh.
You didn't know, so no.
Okay.
I'm writing an album.
That's
Josh!
good. That's your album. No, you can say it. But if you can't say you can't say Tristam.
Josh is writing an album,
And then
now
that
it's
word.
going to be delayed.
Okay.
Next year.
If I say it more times, will it delay longer? Like Josh's album, Josh's album,
Stop.
Josh's
Stop.
album.
Josh isn't Tristan.
Listen.
Stop. It's
Oh, it only applies to Tristam.
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 Tristan with an M. instead of an N. Okay.
Nice.
So Josh.
Yes, sir.
Your genre today is Western soft blues, slightly psychedelic.
Slightly.
Rock.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to explain first that we're going to have guests on the show to talk about genres of music they like and explain them.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Josh himself did not create... Well, you kind of created this genre.
I mean, kind
You
of.
named it.
It's like, yeah, it's a collection of songs I found that kind of have like a similar vibe and some things in common. But it's not like a concrete,
Okay.
genre. But yeah, basically, one of the key bands of the genre that I found that I really like is the Khruangbin, ones that are really hard to pronounce. They have like some collaborations with Leon Bridges.
Oh, nice.
Really awesome. But yeah, it's just like really smooth. It's got like slight Western vibes to it. They're from Texas. They're from Houston, Texas actually, which is really cool. But yeah, so basically my playlist.
So you made a playlist
I made
of
a
these
playlist.
songs that like kind of fit this genre.
Yeah,
So-
and some of them don't really like fit in the genre, but more with like the vibe.
Okay.
But the playlist is
It's called Ride the Jackalope.
Ride the Jackalope.
I totally stole your thunder there. But I think it's a great title. Thanks, seriously.
It's just such a good title.
It is such
Gotta
a
get
good
excited.
title.
You can read the sub,
the description.
the description. Yeah.
Just close your eyes and imagine
Can you get close to the mic and say that?
you're riding a jackalope in outer space.
Nice.
I was not on LSD when I made this, believe it or not. I was just really bored. So yeah, basically, I don't know why I decided to pick jackalopes for the title, but
What is
just
a
make- it
jackalope?
just
Can
makes
you
sense.
explain to the audience?
jackalope is a mythical creature that is a mix of a jackrabbit and an antelope, apparently, because it has horns.
Okay.
Basically, I'm sure y'all have seen this in some. It's
There is a picture of it in the
yeah.
on the playlist. The playlist is on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty common, like American folklore, like especially the West, and that's kind of why I use it for the playlist, is kind of the Western inspiration.
Well, is it like
Or-
the American equivalent of the chupacabra?
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Or can you just see it whenever? Like they're just...
Sadly, I don't think they exist.
What's
No,
a
I just mean-
chupacabra?
I
the
wish.
chupacabra isn't it the mythical creature from, isn't it Mexican?
Yeah, it's also Texan, I think, but yeah, kind of like just
Yeah. that
Southern
area.
region
And
of North
the
America.
myth, I think, is that no one's ever seen the chupacabra, but it...
sucks the blood
Steals
of
and-
chickens,
Yeah, or goats or something? I'm going to look
goats,
this up.
everything.
Okay, one thing
It's pretty
to
spicy.
one of the
Scared me as a kid. Yeah.
It's from Puerto Rico, not Mexico.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
It's
well,
reportedly-
we are not
That's where it
cultured.
started, but of course,
Vampirism. Chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats.
it's like an alien dog
Wow.
that sucks blood.
Yeah, but no one actually really knows what it looks like, so it's just...
All right, so well, this doesn't really apply,
Right?
right?
Sorry.
Okay. So, sticking to topic,
Right.
one of the bands, or at least the band that
Khruangbin.
Josh named
Yeah.
as
Khruangbin.
that made his
Khruangbin.
favorite song.
Yeah.
That's right now, White Gloves.
White gloves.
In their description, they label themselves as being rooted in classic soul and R&B and informed by psychedelia,
Psychedelia.
psychedelia,
I don't know.
dub and music from around the world. Yeah,
So they're pretty much just as confused as we are.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really weird.
What
It's
is
weird.
the psychedelic aspect to this music? Or
What
the slightly
makes it
psychedelic?
I don't know. Honestly,
Interesting.
like it's
It's
just,
very, like,
How do you describe
It's
psychedelia?
abstract and, like... It's not really, like, I don't want to say spiritual, but it's like...
Oh, it's very spiritual.
It's an experience, you know?
Yeah,
Like, you're kind of
okay.
entering the musician's experience, and it will not make sense to you because it's not yours, you know?
Oh,
Like-
and they're from Texas.
You just
which
have
is
to.
He
cool.
just said that.
I said
Oh.
that
From
already.
Houston.
Look, I was trying to do research. I don't
Yeah,
listen to you,
that's
Josh.
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I forgive you.
So, Josh, what got you into this genre? What introduced you to it?
So actually, yeah, this band was kind of what got me into it, and I think it was actually my dad recommended it to me from a guy who recommended it to him at work. And he's like, I think you might like this.
Nice.
And so I listened to it. The first song I listened to was Texas Sun, which is the one where Leon Bridges does the vocals, and that's also a very good song.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I just started I looked into that artist, and I was like, man, these are really good songs. So I just started making a playlist, and then the recommended songs come up, and for long you have a playlist. So
That
it's
Spotify
kinda,
algorithm.
Awesome.
yeah, it actually kind of helped. So
Dude, this
yeah,
whole thing
you just
about-
have to listen to it. It's good.
Really quick, since y'all went off topic.
Yeah.
Spotify is doing this thing where they're trying to like patent a thing so that they can listen to you and then make give you songs based off your personality.
Oh gosh, no.
What? I thought they already did that. I feel like my
Maybe
Spotify
they already
does
did.
that.
Maybe they already
Is
did.
that you?
That's kind of crazy though. All right, moving on.
Well, like
That-
I
I
feel
don't
like
like
one
that.
night I'll be like sad, and then the next morning I'll wake up and it'll Spotify's recommended playlist will be like sad in your bedroom, sad in the car, sad in general. Like it just knows. Anyway, Josh, why should we listen to this?
Because it is good. It's a very chill playlist. I recommend.
Like what like mood would you say? Like
This is like around dusk. You're driving.
Yes.
You have the windows down,
okay.
and you're just looking at the sun.
You're driving on
Don't-
I-10
not
or
directly.
Not correct. Well, at this point, it's dusk, so you're
So
not.
it's okay,
It's
yeah.
like behind like the cloud / horizon.
Okay.
So it's not blinding. And then you look to your right and you see a jackalope.
Gotcha.
my goodness.
You're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
So you're in the
kinda-
okay. So it's not.
Are you
it's
having
not,
a
it's
deep
suburban?
Yeah. Are you having a deep conversation with the person in the car with you? Are you alone?
You're communicating
Are you listening?
telepathically.
Okay,
Yeah.
With
Yeah, that's where the
jackalope?
psychedelia comes in.
With who? The
The
jackalope.
jackalope.
Okay,
Jackalope,
gotcha.
yeah.
All right.
With the jackalope.
So in this genre, are the speaking to the lyrical content,
Yes.
does it what does it typically consist of? And is it usually simple, like straightforward? Or does it ever
Yes
get
and
into
no.
like
It's kind of abstract.
Do you feel like
Mhm.
they focus on the lyrics more or the music more?
It depends on the song, but mostly I would say the music.
Okay.
So like Texas Sun is more where it's like focused on lyrics, obviously because Leon Bridges is singing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotta listen to him.
exactly. But a lot of their songs like White Gloves, the vocals are like very subtle, and you really have to listen closely to like really understand what's going on, because you're mostly kind of like, listening to the music. But one characteristic of their band, it's a simple band. That's what I like about it. Like, it's just drums, bass, and guitar. So, it's very simple,
It's like Pedro the Lion.
but very, very chill.
So is the rest of the genre like that?
Mostly, a lot of their songs don't even have lyrics, and a lot of songs on this playlist don't have lyrics. A lot is just instrumental.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
just kind of to vibe out too. So,
Last question
Yes,
is: do you have a single favorite song? Is it White Gloves? Is that
yeah,
your-
probably White Gloves is my favorite on there.
That song is actually crazy.
It's so
Like
nice.
even though I don't listen to the genre as much as Josh does, but like that song has like a genius to it.
a genius to it?
Yeah, like the way that there's a specific part in the song where the vocalist is singing. I don't know how to describe it, but they definitely they sing in a completely different way than I think. I'm not gonna say like they're completely different, like that
Right.
their voice is crazy or that they're just like super different naturally, but the way that they sing a part in that
Something
song,
new.
it's
Yeah.
it's so different, and it made me like that's one of the biggest things that made me love that song
Yes.
because they just that one part. Yeah. Anyways,
And I just love that, like, the main focus, like, there's a lot of, guitar in it. Like, that's kind of the main note you're getting is from the guitar, which, is a guitar player.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
So,
we are going to transition into The Man with No Name.
yes, sir.
Which has
Ooh.
Josh playing the guitar
Yep.
Yes.
in it.
The
So
segment was so
good
perfect.
transition.
Yeah.
Nice.
And singing.
Awesome.
Let me tell you a story of a man who's gone, but not many knew his name, and he liked it that way. As the seasons pass, people always change, but the old man stayed the same. Didn't have much money, and he was happy that way. He lived by the land and by the book. You could spot him in the forest, humming in the field. Nobody knows from where he came. He's the man with no name. Wasn't much for the small talk, not much to say, but he'd tell you a story any day. The men were drawn to the crowds, he'd just walk away. He was drawn to the sound of the wind and trees. As dusk arrived, you could hear him singing songs from days gone by. His ghost lives in the forest, you can hear it in the trees. Now and then you can hear him sing. He's the man with no name.
I think the first and most pertinent question about the song
Yes.
is, did he ever ride through the desert on a horse with no name?
This is gonna disappoint you, but he did not.
Oh,
He
okay.
rode a donkey.
He rode a donkey.
I think
Ooh.
so.
Is the man Jesus?
I was about to
No.
say, were there palm
No.
things?
No, he's not.
Palm
He's
things?
not.
Okay, well, first, before we get into too much
I actually don't
lyrical
know.
interpretation and questioning, Josh,
Yeah.
what's the story of this song? What's the inspiration? How did it come into the world in all its
You know,
glory?
That's a good question, actually, because I don't know. But the story is basically you have this man, right? He's a man of mystery.
Right.
People, like, he's a legend in himself, but not a legend in the sense of, like, glory, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's a simple man. No, like, nobody knows his name.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't really, like, interact in, like, big social settings.
Mm-hmm.
He's, like, a man of the wilderness, but also of more deep conversation with people. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bit
So
of a hermit.
he's made an impact on, you know, the locals.
So
But
is this someone that you want to be, that you know, that you like read about, watched
know.
in a movie, or just came to you?
it just kind of came to me. I don't know.
So it's kind of psychedelic a little bit.
Slightly,
Yeah.
slightly psychedelic.
So he's interacting with the locals. So
Right.
on any given day, you'll leave the town and the western town, and you'll just kind of see him out there, eyes peeping.
You'll just see
In
him
the
he,
field.
Eyes
he
peeping.
comes. Well, it's not in a creepy way, but he'll just like he comes and goes. You know?
Okay.
So
You
wait,
never know where he's
But
gonna be.
does
He
he ever
does
like
what he
stop by
wants.
at the local diner or whatever, or
Oh, yeah.
he just okay?
You'll stop in at the local diner, chat with Bob
Okay.
and Billy.
what's the setting? Like, is
The
this
setting?
is this like for real? Kicking it back to the 1800s Western,
I don't know.
like New
Tell me.
Frontier. You don't
What do you-
know.
What do you think? What do
Well,
y'all think?
I'm whenever I was thinking of this, like I just imagined a hermit, right? Who's mostly by himself.
Yeah.
He probably has a companion, whether it's alive or not. You know,
you
We're dragging around a
what
dead
kind of
cat.
Like a jackalope?
no, I mean
or
like
a-
it could be like a dog, right?
Yeah.
It could be like this vicious dog, but it's actually nice to him.
Okay.
And then this is a guy, right?
The man with
The
no
man with
name.
no
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just making sure.
Gender
So,
neutral. No.
I was thinking he either has that dog, right? Or it's like this dude's super, like, he looks crazy to everybody else, but he actually has a connection with,
See,
like
I didn't get that vibe at all. Okay, I got the vibe of.
Whoa.
I didn't.
Whoa, you're cutting me
Oh,
off.
sorry. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay. So I'm imagining this is 1900s,
Okay.
right?
1900.
This dude's by himself most of the time,
yes.
right?
Right.
And
And he didn't have a connection to what? He said he didn't have a connection to.
I think we need Josh's interpretation.
No.
of the
I
song.
want to hear y'all's first.
Okay.
yeah, and so this dude's like, people think he's a little, people like respect him
Right.
a lot.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But nobody really knows him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know where I'm going with this. But I like totally,
No, you're on track.
like
You're on
I
track.
totally see this whole thing.
What was your disagreement with that?
I didn't get hermit vibes, but other than that, I agree with you.
Okay.
I got like, you know, the redheaded stranger. That whole like Willie Nelson has this. Y'all are gonna think I only listen to Willie Nelson, which is slightly true, but like,
Respect.
he has this album called The Redheaded Stranger, and the album tells the story of this preacher comes home, his wife's with another man.
Oof.
He kills both of them, I think, rides off into the sunset, and like the album tells the story of him like wandering around and like some scrapes he gets into and like what happens at the end. So I won't spoil it. You should go listen to the album because it's like
Bro.
reading a book but listening to music. Anyway, so he kind of becomes this like bitter, like mysterious, like he's riding around the country, like just wandering, and like again, no one knows his name, no one really knows his story, but like he's got this like troubled background, and he's also kind of a good person though. Like if someone's cow is dying, he'll be like, dude, I know how to help you. Like Johnny Cash vibes. Like that's
Yeah.
just what I get.
He is the guy. He is the side character that the main character runs into randomly in the woods, and this guy takes care of the main character or
Yes.
characters.
Yeah, that's the
That's it.
difference. Because so you think it's like side character. I got main character vibes. Like
Well,
I
that's
got-
the thing. He's
everyone
like,
wants
I
to
got
know
s-
about who this guy is and where he comes from, but he's mysterious and like he does let people in, like he does tell people, but he's like doesn't trust people easily.
I got, but like important side character.
Okay.
Okay, like really important side character, not just like as
Like
just
takes up a
casual.
good 50 pages of the book.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Somebody like just, it's something that pops up in the book often, and people mention this person, and you're like curious about the person and stuff, and then the main character eventually runs into them, and like they meet them, and like that's. I mean, I just totally see, Josh. Kudos to you on the writing because I actually
Yeah.
get
See,
what you're doing.
yeah, that was the goal in writing. I was trying to create like, you know, this image, like get the imagination going. So I'm like
Yeah.
just curious to see like how people see it. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the point, is like the point of the song is to leave it like slightly, you know, a mystery. So like
Yes.
people
Leave it
kind
to
of
your
thinking like,
imagination. Yeah.
what was this guy like? You know, how did he get here? And stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, that's cool because like it definitely like that's a sign of like good writing. Like even what we're learning about this year with like Hemingway and stuff.
Right, yeah.
You know, like
Exactly.
you don't give your audience all the answers.
Right.
Like you kind of want them to build their own world
Well,
when they.
that's what's funny is actually when we were reading Hemingway, Santiago, the man with no name,
Yeah.
came in my head.
Okay, I totally
Yeah.
get that.
And
yeah.
I've never read the book,
Yeah.
but somehow, you know, me and Hemingway are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So
Wow. There you go.
yeah.
I was really thinking of Charles from East of Eden. Like
Oh, yeah?
whenever he was quiet, his brother was away. Yeah, it's a book you read in 12th grade, by the way.
Yeah.
You're gonna read.
Get excited for 12th grade.
oh, yeah.
Apparently, lots of good things.
Yeah, there's a lot of good books in 12th grade. All right. Anyways,
Kathy.
there's a point in the book where Charles is like by himself for a while, and he becomes the person in the community that's really quiet. Nobody knows, but everybody respects.
Right.
Like nobody
That's
really
true.
knows.
Yeah.
And so it kind of reminded me of that. I think we
Yeah.
saw a little bit too much of what Charles was like.
But he could have been the man with no name
Right, he
to an
could be.
outsider.
Yeah, to an
Yeah.
outsider. Yeah.
Definitely could be.
What was his name, by the way? Because you say in the song that not many knew his name, but
Not
Tell
many
us
knew
his
his
name.
name.
That
Someone
kills the
knew
kills
his
the
Obviously,
mystery.
like,
Did he
I'm-
have a name? And some
I'm sure
people
his
didn't.
mother knew his name. Like that's, yeah, that lyric just in mind. I was thinking like obviously like some people know his name, like his mom, maybe his
Or
brother.
maybe
if
that's
he
the
had a brother.
tragedy. Like his mom just didn't
Or
care to give him a name. And it's-
Maybe he
Ooh,
was
cool.
dropped off at an orphanage as a baby,
Yeah.
and the orphanage just didn't feel like naming him.
Or they made up a name, but it's not his real name.
Man, wouldn't that be crazy if we could choose our own names?
You can.
Like you grow up.
You
No,
can.
no, no. I'm saying like we grow up, like we're born, and you're like unit 230546, and until you turn like 10, you just decide your own name from there on.
Honestly.
So, Josh, I'm curious about like, what's your process? Like, the idea comes to you. You're like, okay, I got this. Or are you like sitting in bed, like playing your guitar, and you just kind of like start writing? Or do you have lyrics first? Do you have, I don't know, like an idea first? What's the process, and then how did you put it all together? Because this track, I mean, I don't know that we'll have many other songwriters who have this like highly produced of a track to
Right.
show. It's got a lot of instruments and.
Yeah. So, yeah, this song was actually interesting because I know me and Tiger have talked about this before in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
About just like our, you know, creative process and writing stuff. Usually when I'm writing a song, I always start, you know, with the tune, with the melody.
okay.
And for me, lyrics are usually kind of hard to write. And this was like one of the few exceptions that I've had, is that, you know, yeah, basically I don't remember what I was doing. I was just probably sitting like in my backyard playing the guitar. And, you know, this simple tune came up, but then like there wasn't anything like super special about the tune to me until the lyrics came. And they came pretty naturally.
That happens.
Which is a very rare occurrence for me. Like, I don't know why, but yeah, like the man with no name, like it, the phrase came, or like the name came up in my head, and then I was, you know, it fit well with the song, like the rhythm, and then like just all the verses kind of came pretty naturally from that. So, yeah, it's kind of a rare occurrence for my songwriting. So.
A song is pretty special whenever like you're writing and then naturally something just comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the song is supposed to mean.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably one of the best songs I've ever written. It just happened.
Right.
Like I was writing it, I was feeling what I was writing, and like I was writing on piano, and then just as I was writing it, the words just kind of like worked with what I was playing. It just, yeah, ended up meaning exactly what I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I'm curious about like, you have a lot of instrumentation in the song, so you do it all yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then you have a beautiful guitar solo
Yes.
right towards the end.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. So what does, I mean, do you have an inspiration, Hendrix, Stevie, like, or do you just like let it flow? Do you write out notes? Like, how does?
No, I just let it flow. I mean, those people you named are definitely inspirations.
Yeah.
Like I love Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix, but yeah, the solo just kind of came. And that's my favorite part of the song actually.
Yeah.
Is the guitar solo.
Did you record it all separately and then
Yeah.
put them together? Okay. And
Yes.
how many different? Are there 2 guitars or?
Yeah, so there's, I'm strumming the acoustic, and then I recorded vocals separately, and then like the lead guitar in the background.
Okay.
I think I recorded on a Telecaster.
Nice.
So,
Awesome. Well, Josh, I definitely have way more questions, but we should probably
Yeah.
wrap it up for today. And, maybe we'll have you back or something.
All right.
That'd be cool.
Thanks
you
for
should
having
write
me.
more songs.
Thank you so much for coming. This is
Oh,
great.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
This is kind of the format that we're thinking of doing, where we kind of have somebody come on, talk about a genre, somebody come on, talk about a song they wrote. Doesn't have to be the same person. Today it was. But if you are interested in that, or if you have any questions, make sure to email us at theblazespodcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Peace.
Toodaloo.
Bye.